Hello, guys. Welcome back to Super Guy Boy Show, and today is the actual real review of Donda 2, not the fake one. This is actually the real review. So, yeah, I actually got my thoughts together. Finally, the updates just came in, and it's time for me to give my actual thoughts on Donda 2. Now, this review might be outdated in the next week or so because the version we have of Donda is only currently available on the STEM player that he's released, with me basing my own opinions off the leaks on YouTube and just whatever. So if you see this just right there as kind of invalid, you can click off this video all you want. But for me, I just feel like I just want to start a conversation and a debate in the comments section, just whatever, just to give my own quick opinions on Donda 2. So, just of right now, the version of Donda 2, I think it is one of Kanye's worst albums that he's released so far. This is just a little bit more better than Jesus King, but that's just not even giving it enough because this album is just absolutely just terrible. Not only is this album unfinished, and it's not even like the features or the production on here is out of mix or anything like that. For the most part, it's actually pretty well kept together in a very nice way. It's Kanye's verses. It just feels like we're getting Kanye riffing or giving us reference tracks over whatever, and we're just supposed to accept that as just fully cohesive verses. But for the most part, the verses on here are not that great, and that's really what ruins this album for me, is that Kanye's verses are just absolutely horrendous. And if we actually do look deeper into the lyrics, it feels like Kanye is giving more of a response to the whole family thing, the whole divorce, Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, which has just been the main focus of this entire thing. And in my opinion, it's just very sad that Kanye has to latch this on with the original Donda. And it just feels very disgusting that he has to latch this on with Donda, which I see Donda as more like a redemption arc for Kanye. It's more of a way of him kind of accepting God into his life after all the struggles he's been through. But and it's not even the issue that I don't want Kanye talking about this. If Kanye wants to talk about Pete Davidson and his family issues and his own personal thoughts about what's going on, I would not have an issue. And really, that was not really my issue on the original Easy track. My issue was that the verse itself was just very whack. And it's not even different here. I just feel like Kanye's whole purpose of giving his own lines about, oh, I must go and talk shit about Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, it's just to stoke flames off of some like gossip website to give off some headlines about, oh, Donda 2 mentions lines about Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. And it just feels very unfortunate that Kanye has to go down this road, because a lot of the songs on here could be great, like True Love or Security, but the verses on there just fall flat on their faces. And it's sad because I think those tracks are one of the better tracks on here. And it's just sad that Kanye has to ruin a lot of these tracks, because I feel like Kanye, for the most part, when he does give a verse that is somewhat cohesive, it's great. I think tracks like Louis Bags sounds great, but for the most part, I think that this album just falls flat on its face with Kanye's verses not really feeling like they're finished at all. Now, just for real quick, I'll just get past the positives I do have, which I have very few, but still I just want to get past for the little bit of tracks I actually did enjoy. Security, for the most part, is absolutely my favorite track on here. Reminds me of the Life of Pablo track Freestyle 4, with how simplistic and so lo-fi the instrumental is. And it's just this very weird and distorted spoken word track where Kanye's just going manic about missing his kids and how he can't take a family from his kids, and there's not going to be enough security to stop him. And it's just a very weird track. I do feel like the verse could be a lot more better, but there's just too many memorable lines like, no, you can't be on my mama's album, and butt naked in the kitchen cooking Ritz. And I just absolutely love of how weird and just almost kind of spoken word this track is. And I like the heavy aggression with the bass on this track. I hope when updates come by this album, and this song specifically gets like a bit of a beat switch or just a better mixing on here, because the version we have right now, while it's not terrible, I do feel like the beat could be a little bit higher and a little bit more aggressive Pablo is just a very stupid and just very fun trap banger for me. I like the instrumental, I like the snares on here, and I like the hook that Kanye gives. No 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 Pablo. It's a little bit of a basic track for the most part, but I do like Travis and Future's contributions to it. They actually make this track a little bit more of a highlight for me. True Love, while I'm still not big on the Kanye verse, I do feel like X's vocals do a great job for highlighting this track. We Did It Again by itself could be seen as a very average Migos song with just Baby Keem and Kanye on the track. But for the most part, I do feel like out of all the tracks on here on Donda 2, this one's the actual one where I feel like it's a lot more of an entertaining one than the others. Selfish, another track I actually enjoyed. It's just a kind of a weird interlude and kind of a vocal track with X on here, just kind of riffing or whatever. And I do like X's vocals on here. It's actually my favorite one with X on here. I do see this a lot more better than True Love. And First Time in a Long Time with Soldier Boy. I feel like that if more updates do come, I feel like Kanye's verse could be fixed. But for the most part, I do think Soldier Boy's feature on here is pretty good. And for another track I actually did enjoy, City of Gods. I like this track. Nothing else to it. I like Alicia Keys' contributions. I like 5 Foreign. And it just feels more like a bonus track than really anything else. But for the most part, I feel like that this one is just a pretty good track. But I do feel like Kanye's verse could be a little bit better. But other than that, this album just feels very unfocused. I hope that updates will come soon that fixes the mix. Because the version we have so far, it just feels like Kanye just did not give a shit about the verses he actually gives. Because the tracks I do like are mainly above decent at best. I don't think that really any of these tracks are great outside of maybe Security. But other than that, I feel like that this album could have been a lot more better. And I don't have an issue with Kanye bringing up issues he actually has that's going on in his personal life, but I feel like he could rap it a lot more better and do it in a lot more of a better form, because the songs on here that I did enjoy are still too far in between, and it's just absolutely, it just feels like that this could have been a lot more better. For the most part, I'm feeling a 3 out of 10 on here. Hopefully I enjoyed this review. If y'all want more album reviews of recent albums, put it down in the comments below. And yeah, hopefully you liked it. And yeah, see ya.